Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, Women
of the Wave.
We finally got a name. Last time we never had one, but we got the name. And when we went out video one, it went out with our name, Women of the Wave. And today it is just me and Njoki, the two instructors, two scuba instructors, diving instructors, here to explain to you what diving is and how we got to where we are. So we are both instructors.
Yeah.
She became an instructor last year?
Last year, yes.
Last year I became an instructor
2021?
2022. It was, I've been an instructor for 2 years. 2022 September. Yeah, actually. It's because you became last year.
Yeah,
so
2023. Last year.
Yeah, so mine is 2020.
Yeah, because I did after
a year after me.
Yeah.
So what is diving?
It's not kwa pool, guys, please. Hey, there's one guy who was like, "Yani, you mean oti zile, you know, in Kasarani you have this professional like board, what do you call them?
It's just
these
diving.
bouncing boards that you then have to bounce and go into the pool."
Yeah.
What? It's not that, guys. It's serious stuff. You're underwater with your tank that has normal air, just normal air, not oxygen, because again people think that you're breathing 100% oxygen,
and oxygen gets toxic
to some point.
The deeper you go.
Yeah. So it's just normal air that you're breathing, just compressed into a tank, and then you have your whole gear holding everything together, and you're able to breathe underwater and see so many amazing stuff, guys. So just give it a try. If you've been thinking about doing it, please, karibu.
Definitely you need to do it.
Yeah.
So that's diving. Diving is in the ocean or in a lake or maybe a big aquarium. Some people do it like in SA, they have it, I think other places in the world as well. But we just want to tell you our journeys or how we got to become diving. In fact, currently we are the only two female instructors working in Kenya, if I'm not black female, in East Africa. Better recognize. You better recognize the East African. We are the only black females who we know of who are working in our region. There are no others who are working outside in other parts of the world. So I begin, or do you want to begin?
Please.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, my journey began in 2019. How I got to here is when I was doing my master's many years ago. There's somebody who came and told us, write down a list of 5 things you love to do and then narrow it down to 2. And out of these 2, if you do these 2 things, you'll never have to work a day in your life. And I was like, that's definitely me. And so mine were underwater, mine was swimming and photography. So together combined, underwater photography came along. And so I decided to look for underwater photography, what it's about. And then I discovered to be able to do it, like more what we'd see, what we knew by then was National Geographic, but that's all we saw. So I was like, I need to become a diver. So I searched diving. I didn't know there was diving in Kenya. Found out a dive school that I came to in 2019. That's when I began from open water as the first level, open water all the way to dive master, which is the first professional level of diving. So I did that. I was in Diani for 3 months. I lived here 3 months, did like the full thing, and then COVID hit, came back 2020. I came back in 2022 when I relocated now fully here in Diani, and then worked a bit as a dive master. And I was like, this is she's laughing because the dive master is the KYM. It is the donkey. It is the carry everything. And I was like, this is not the kind of life I signed up for. So I was like, I need to be an instructor. Mind you, I'm still thinking about the photography. It has never gone. I have my GoPro. I have photos and videos, which you'll see as I'm speaking of things I've been taking in the water. And so 2022, I did a bit of dive master work and I was like, nah, not for me. The pay also almost close to zero. So I was like, next thing is become an instructor. Had never wanted to, but that's it. So 2022 September, I enrolled for my instructor course and I did it in Zanzibar. That story. In fact, I think I did a full video, 1 hour, just to explain that
some
story.
tissues.
Oh, God. So I did my course, successfully finished it, and then became an instructor, a diving instructor. By that time, I was the only female instructor working in Kenya, in the region. And it was amazing. The journey to become an instructor was tough. The course period plus exam, almost I can absolutely say worst 2 weeks of my life, except when I was told I've completed, because everything was fighting me. My health, payments were not going through from Kenya to which account, just everything was fighting me. But thank God, I made it and I'm now an instructor. And yeah, that's my very short version of becoming an instructor.
Hey. Okay, mine is not as serious as yours. I feel like mine was a bit easier, though with some hardships here and there, kidogo. Because I quit my job and I was like, I'm quitting. I had nothing else to do.
Which job?
After I was working in a sea turtle conservancy in Watamu, which was very nice, but it didn't have a lot of field work in the ocean inside. So mostly the most we could do is nest monitoring, nest turtles. Turtles nests, and then we'd release turtles that have been caught accidentally by fishermen. So that's the most interaction I could get with the ocean. But me, I wanted to be like inside, see turtles inside, how they behave in their normal habitat and things like that. So yeah, I worked there for like a year, and then I just decided I want to be in the ocean. And I thought for a while, but it took me like a few months to think about it. I was like, what can I do that involves being in the ocean most of the time, and something I enjoy doing? Because to be honest, I never liked reports or like something that would get me off office kabisa. I was like, yeah, dive instructor, actually. Because I've done swimming instructing before. So I was like, let me try diving, being an instructor in the diving world. Yeah, so I quit my job. I told my parents, my dad, the reaction he gave me, he's like, what? Because I never expected. I thought he'd be like, yeah, that's good for you. Now you know what you want to do, blah, blah, blah.
My parents too. There's no parents who want to hear anything diving because they think death.
Not even that. My parents are very supportive of diving
nice.
and everything. But it's the fact that because my dad is like, how are you going to manage your finances without a job? Because I can't be your ATM all the like, I know, but it's just like a short time. And like I had some money saved at least that helped me sustain myself for a while. And also I had a very good support system. Lord, hey, you need to choose your friends wisely, guys.
You heard.
My friends came through vibaya sana. So I quit. I stayed at my friends. I remember I did my dive master in Watamu.
In Watamu.
Yeah, in Watamu. So I did like a long period. Dive master, by the way, guys. Dive masters usually lead certified divers. They're like tour guides under the water, in the ocean or lakes or whatever. So yeah, I did mine in three months. And I had a very good instructor. Thank God.
Master course alone, or from open water to dive, or from advanced?
Actually, I did, because I had done my advanced in Kilifi. So when I came to Watamu, I did the rescue course.
Sorry to cut a short. It's open water, because we are saying terms you don't know.
Yeah.
The levels: open water, advanced, rescue.
So you have, before the rescue, there's a short first aid course you have to do called emergency first response.
Exactly.
That's on land only. And then now you go to the rescue. And then now the dive master, and then instructor. And what Aki offends me because some guys are like, oh, you're an instructor, so do you have to go through from open water? I'm like, guys, yes.
If they don't
You
know.
think we just jumped?
They don't know.
Yeah, but I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Very bad. Go on.
So we're here to now let you guys know about it. So those are the levels. After dive master, then we were open water, advanced, the emergency EFR, emergency first responder,
Responder, yeah.
and then dive rescue, and then dive master, which is the first professional level. Then instructor, which is us.
Yeah.
We are OWSI, open water scuba instructors. Yeah.
Then there's more levels after that. Oh, diving is wide.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
really
just
is.
those levels. There's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
we've not mentioned, but you'll get to know as we proceed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did my dive master with my incredible instructor, Baya. Hey, Baya. He
Baya,
really came
hi.
through me, Baya Msanzu. Ay, that guy, I'll never forget him. He was really supportive. He showed me everything kabisa as a dive master, things I was supposed to know when I was an instructor. He showed me during my dive master course, because I was just close by all the time, seeing what he's doing, and he was very generous with information, so that helped a lot. I did my dive master in 3 months. Most people prefer to do it in 3 weeks, so like it doesn't make sense if I'm going to be an instructor, do a dive master course, a professional course in 3 weeks. So I just want to be learn more, because I wanted to jump immediately to instructor, and I didn't want to feel like clueless. Yeah, so I finished and then now came to Diani, because Diani is the only place where they train instructor level in the whole of Kenya. The other option was Zanzibar. So I just thought Kenya was easier because of the finances and everything. Given that my parents were like, no, you're on your own, but the good thing, they offer to pay for the courses. So that was, as long as you're paying for the courses, I know what I'm doing, because I was just focused on doing something. But of course, long term, it will be better. Yeah. So I did my instructor course. I came in Diani in April. I was supposed to do my instructor course in May. So it kept on being postponed. So I did it in September. So thankfully I had time to
September?
read. Yeah,
September instructors.
So I had like a whole 6, I don't know how many months to read for guys. Instructor course.
What's the master's?
Biology, physiology of diving, physics. You have to learn about the equipment. It's so in-depth. It's so in-depth. And I was like, Kwani, I'm in a medical course? Where am I?
She had 6 months to read, guys. I had 2 weeks. Let me not get into it.
Yeah, I had it easy than her. So yeah, not tears and all that, but it's still tough, even if you have time. Because now getting into the course itself, you have to crush it in 8 days or 2 weeks?
10 days.
10 days. How to learn to become an instructor in 10 days. Then after that, you just unachiliwa, you're like, you're on your own. Now you manage yourself. Yeah, so I did my instructor course, but for ours was prolonged. Maybe I had an easier time than you, because ours took almost 3 weeks. Yeah.
You really had a
we are only
smooth sailing.
Very smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, so ours was a bit prolonged, so it didn't have much pressure, but still it was pressure, because you're learning so many new things at once. You feel like headache constantly.
But we thank God it taught us how to cram things for the exam.
Yeah, so I finished my instructor course in, when was it? Yeah, late September, around 20th September. I became an instructor, and then I took a break, because after that you just want to sleep. You don't want to see anyone. You just want to stay in your own space, man. You just process what just happened. So I just went back home to my parents to explain, and then that course drains you financially. Guys, unaingia class, you're being told you have to pay for exam. You have to pay SG for what? You have to pay for application. And it's not kidogo money. Ooh, it's so yeah. I
About
felt that constraint kidogo for my parents. So yeah, eventually I went home. They were so happy that I passed. And I was so happy that they forgot. My dad forgot he was mad. So it's like, yeah, you go make a great instructor. I know all those encouraging words. Then now I came back to work as an instructor back in Diani. Still working in Diani as an instructor till today. It's from last year, October.
September?
I remember 10th October.
Is when you got your job?
Yeah, that's when I first started working.
So that's our stories. And still our journeys, even as we continue, are different. I have never been employed. I refused, guys. I'm not built for employment. Actually, no. Let's say I did a 1 month stint somewhere and left. Immediately I was paid, I was out because I was like, this is not me. So I call it my internship for becoming an instructor. So then I've been freelancing. Freelancing, what happens is, if a certain dive center has work and they don't have sufficient or enough instructors to teach or do whatever is needed, they call me and they pay me a certain percentage, and then I'm done. So usually it takes, the most would take 3-4 days for something. With rescue and EFR combined, it can take maybe a week. Yeah, so that's where I have been from 2022 till September this year when I opened my own dive center, Mermaids Aquatic Center. Please go check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Yes, website is underway.
December, hizo pesa msikunywe. Don't alcohol, really.
Come
snorkeling, please elevate. Try diving.
Yeah, so that's different. She's employed and she's liking it. Are you liking it?
I am liking the job.
Oh yes,
but
the job.
I get what you say about being employed, because you're on someone's schedule, and then for our job, mostly the hustle is in the mornings part. So you have the whole afternoon where it's not so much of action going on. So you just kind of a bit just there,
sleeping or eating.
And trust, when you're from diving, you just want to sleep. That thing drains you. It's not just a tikwena with the tank and relaxing. Hey, it's a lot. You have currents, and then for us instructors, you have students. Some students, they have challenges here and there. So yeah, it's a lot. So I think I get where Nyambura is coming from with being employed. Though I just focus on, I love diving, I love being an instructor, I love the job, but the employment part, if I had the will to open my own dive center as well, I would today. But I guess that one also has its own stress.
Let's not talk about that. That's a video for another day.
It's
no comment.
Nowhere is easy, guys.
Yeah, none is easy. Yeah, so that is it. That is our story of how we became scuba instructors, and it's been so good. It's because we love the ocean. And
the fact that you're seeing, the one thing I envy about new divers is that, because I remember from my experience, the first breath underwater.
I know!
Like, wow! And then being in the ocean, like, wow. So when I'm with my students and then they're showing me any very minute things as a starfish.
I knew it! Everybody, when you guys, please don't show us starfish. We see them every day. It's not amazing to us. You're diving, somebody pulls on you. A starfish.
And I'm like, oh yeah, wow. Then you look,
you're just like, yeah, okay.
Starfish. Oh, yeah, amazing. So you have to react.
Yeah,
sorry. But it's just that excitement that fills you.
My favorite thing is when I show people something in the water, and then because thank God they're not talking underwater, you hear sounds. So somebody says or what? You can hear somebody actually saying wow. That thing, I love it. When you show somebody saying I think I've recorded some few of my students saying it. It's just it fills you with joy because they are experiencing what we experienced every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I always ask guys, if you've ever been on safari to Masai Mara or wherever, Amboseli, that first time seeing animals in their habitat, now it's the same feeling but 10 times more.
10 times more, because you're in a very different environment and it's quiet, and you're doing something, breathing underwater. It's amazing. It's
a surreal thing when you're there, because you can't believe it, and when you enter the water, all your problems automatically. And I tell everybody, if you think you're stressed, just come diving. You'll not remember in the water whatever problems you have. They disappear. And so me and her have met in the water, on the surface very many times. I think twice underwater.
Underwater twice.
I think I'll put the video where we met. I have it somewhere. We met with Salimena. The funniest thing is hugging, guys. You know the way you can meet on land, you see somebody underwater, hi, you're going to hug somebody. Really awkward, because it's just weird. You have things in your mouth, you have tanks. It's really funny. So we have met underwater twice. Were you guiding or teaching that day?
Teaching, definitely.
You were teaching. I can't remember what I was doing. Guys, we have had so many dives, cannot remember. So that is our life. That's how we became instructors. We love it. Maybe I speak on, we both love our jobs, and it doesn't feel like work to us.
Exactly.
That's the best part of it. Even though she's employed, you don't feel employed, because you love your job. And remember what I told you guys, the guest who came to speak to us said, if you want to do these two things, you never have to work again in your life. Our job doesn't feel like work at all. It's like we're going to play.
Yeah, but there are some people who are in our field that for them it's about work, because not everyone has the same passion that we have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But for us,
because we love the ocean, and it doesn't get old, even though we go to the same dive sites. In all the time.
Like today I went to Kisima Mungu.
The well of God. That's what
there's a dive site called Kisima Mungu, because I had an open water student. So we had to stay on the shallower bit of Kisima Mungu. Because mostly I'm used to going to go 16 meters, 17. But this time I was around 12, 11, 10. And it was so colorful. It's like I was in a different dive site. And then it's when you go in the same dive spot, you don't expect to see you can see something new, even though you've been to that same
100 times
dive spot. That's what I love about my job. I love the fact that I'm working, yes, and my work allows me to stay connected to nature, as we should, because I don't know what this whole other system is that we've created, waking up, going in a cubicle, staring at our electronics.
We're not hating on you.
We're not hating, guys. Keep doing you. Yeah. But our job, I thank God. I say the best thing I did for myself was choosing to be an instructor, scuba instructor. I know it's not that it pays until millions or whatever, but I love it. Regardless, I still love it.
So we want you guys to come diving with us very soon. All these things you guys think sharks will eat us, or I don't know what will happen,
like that.
You'll not be able to breathe underwater. Yet people are just so afraid because of all the myths that are around. And we'll do a myth busting video with Leah of the things you people think about diving. In fact, most of you don't even know about diving, but it's the best place to be. Honestly, I'm not a liar, but diving is where it's at. You're at peace, you're in nature, you're grounding. You know, when you're in water, you're grounding.
Kabisa, because you're in a natural environment.
You're in water, so you're grounding, and it's not the pool, it's the ocean. So there's a lot of grounding happening when you're there, and it's just the most relaxing thing. And we hope that as we continue shooting these videos, you get to learn more about diving, more about the ocean from us as the only female instructors here. All we need to tell you, everybody else we work with out in the ocean is male. So for 1 year, I was the only one. Males, full stop. Maybe in the office, there are females who are working like customer service and stuff like that. But in the ocean, it is just the two of us. Literally, just the two of us.
Yeah, and I remember before I became an instructor, we went to the camps in Shimoni.
Don't bring up trauma. I don't know what you're trying to do in this video.
So there's usually diving camps in a place called Shimoni here in the south coast, where I guess students from Europe, US, those other continents, they come to Kenya. I mean, they travel around Africa just to see how it is. Then there's a point where they do scuba training. So one time I went there as a dive master before becoming an instructor.
Me too.
Then I just told one of the guys, one of the dive masters, I told them, yeah, I'm training to become an instructor soon. And he just laughed so sarcastically.
Really?
He was like, how many dives do you have? I told him. He was like, how long have you been diving? I told him. Then he just made some look. It was so discouraging at that point. Then I'm like, no, I'm not allowing this guy to just come and, shut everything. I said, let me just keep going, regardless of whatever people think or say. And it's the male.
It's a very male-dominated industry.
Not all of them. Yeah. Most. Yeah.
It's a very male-dominated industry. I never got any slack or hate from anybody because the friends I made in my diving industry are very supportive. In fact, they're like, go for it, go and train and become an instructor. In fact, they motivated me more because I was like, this donkey work is not for me. Nah. The amount of tanks we carry on our shoulders.
You have any body aches all the time.
You have an honorary mark on your shoulder here. If you don't have it, you've never done dive master work. I'm sorry. All dive masters out there, if you don't have that mark here, you've never done dive master. And unless the tanks are picked from the office and you do that, and you just lift it, you have to have that honorary mark here.
Or maybe you just lift the hand.
Yeah, maybe from the hand and then to somewhere else, but it's always just easier to carry them here. Those things are not light. Also, diving requires you to be strong, physically and also mentally. You need to be very strong. It's very high intense because there's a lot at play. I tell guys I don't joke. I become very serious and strict in the water because anything can happen all of a sudden.
Just a flip of a second.
Currents can change. Weather can change. There's a lot in play. So it is an enjoyable sport nonetheless. We want to make it one that our people do more often. We have very few Kenyans who come diving.
Yeah, very few.
It's mostly Europeans, Caucasians who come for diving. Our people very rarely, and the amount of questions you guys really have for us is a lot. So we'll be filling up or answering those questions as time goes on. But we just wanted to give you guys our stories of how we became instructors and how the journey has been so far. I'm enjoying it. I love it. I love to teach. I don't know about you.
I do love to teach. Actually, when there's some situation where you're being told to choose between guiding experienced divers and teaching, because experienced divers now they come with their own egos. They feel like they know it all.
Also, some of them look down upon you because you're a babe.
Exactly, and that you have this color. So
so they feel like they know more than you, and then usually you just let them do what they want, and then they usually end up asking for your help. And so you give them that look for, what were you saying? So the challenges we face are many as women in the diving industry. Maybe we can touch on that before we close. I mentioned it on my post when I announced that I've opened my dive center. Number one is not having a comfortable place. I don't know now because you're at a dive employed somewhere, a place to change and dress. Not everywhere. You know, men, especially like at camps, that's where I had it rough. Men just don't need anything, and they're not hygienic. They're not clean. So the spaces that they're given to use by their employers who are not our color, if you get what I'm trying to say, are horrible, in bad conditions, and it's whatever. So that's one of the challenges. Number two is discrimination just because we are not male.
Yeah.
We're not male. And then also
because they consider women weak.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't carry tanks. Oh, we have to do all the work.
Until
you have more female instructors.
Until you do it and they're just like, Allah, kumbe you can. And I'm like, who said I couldn't? Yeah, there are many challenges, and also the men owners of these places being aggressive or trying to be domineering, and not just doing their things right. But we have overcome them all, and we're here. We work with them amicably, and we keep it moving. You know, we are here to do our job. We just have to respect each other and keep it going. I don't know what challenges have you faced?
Nothing that I've mentioned. I haven't mentioned, of course, them thinking you're crazy because you want to be an instructor. And just being in the field, in the diving industry, because all along they thought it was only for men. Since, I don't know, till now, they still think it's a male sport. So,
we are here to break that or that myth that girls can do it. We are here. We are instructors. It's the most respected level you can get at here in the coast. I'm not trying to become a coast director. Catch me outside. How about that? I'm not going to do it.
I'm still healing from the trauma of that instructor course.
Yeah. So I believe also the reason I opened my dive center is to make a change for the locals, and for females and for our people, because I want to advertise mainly most of my students who I've had, in fact, if not all, only except one, all of them have been Kenyans.
Which is something I love about your center, because I've been seeing more locals in your in that space, which is good. Please, karibuni.
Yeah, you're all welcome, guys. Come diving. It's something you can do one off. You can pay pole for it if you want to before you start, and then you come and do it. We're actually now entering the best dive season. The ocean is calm. The visibility is great. It's perfect. This is the time. Now we're moving into December. December, January, February. Whale sharks are coming. Can't wait
to see one.
You didn't see none in Watamu?
Imagine none. Because I was when I was training for all that rescue dive, whatever. It was June, July, September. So I didn't get the whale shark season.
I, on the other hand, have dived with whale sharks, and I love it.
Yes, you're bragging now.
I'm not bragging, I'm just saying the truth. It's amazing. Hey, you guys, like off the coast of Kenya, all these animals that you think are in other parts of the world are just here, and we don't know about it. So you're welcome. Come and let's go diving, and we'll take you diving, and you'll get to be with the only female instructors working in the region, which is Joki and myself. So that was it for us today. I don't know. Anything else you want to add before we say bye to the peoples?
Yeah, please guys, just give it a thought. If you've been looking to dive, you have Nyambura. She has her own dive center now, and as she has said, you can start saving, just pay in installments, and then when you're ready, you just come do your training. And also me, I'm available. So just give it a try. Yeah, just break all those barriers, the ocean, the sharks, especially the sharks. I am just tired of that story.
Sharks are going to eat you. You're going to die. They're going to kill you.
We are living proof that we've been underwater, we are okay.
We have met with sharks and we are not dead.
They don't even bother with you guys, but we'll talk about the shark thing another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, thank you guys. That's the end of the video for this episode. And we are on TikTok, Women of the Wave, Instagram, Women of the Wave 03. On TikTok, I think it's wow03. I'll put it down in the description box. You can go follow, go share with your friends. Even this content, share it out, guys. Share it out everywhere. Like, subscribe so that guys can become more aware of what we're doing. And I don't know if you're on Facebook. Maybe. I don't think I'm like Facebook, but yeah. I'll put the links to the different social media sites we're on. And that's it for today. So see you next time. Bye-bye.